Now we have the notorious, the infamous, the herbivorous.
Wow.
Anyone make it happen? Hold on. That'll be a piece of That was a sit-down comedy or stand-up comedy?
What if I get tired?
Or,
A lot of middle, a lot of low, and not a lot of show.
we'll do the best we can. What you got?
All days, no trouble.
Okay. And you can come
There we go. Hello. Man, how fantastic was that? Man, Michael can really play that violin. Good job, Michael. Let's see. I think that's all right. Maybe a little less. That's good. I like that. That sounds pretty good. Thank you, JR. And thanks for inviting me. Oh, my goodness. Wow, I'm happy to be here. On Thursday, I'll be at Puerto Azul, and I'll be doing maybe a little bit of music, a little song and dance on my piano, but I'll be telling stories all night. And I am excited to tell you some stories today. Miracle people versus coincidence people. Who's a miracle person? Yes, I'm a miracle person myself. You guys, who's like a staunch coincidencer? Because I don't know, I feel like, first of all, I have a dog story tonight, and I'm really excited that there were dogs at this event, because this is a story for dogs, by dogs, and of dogs. I have a 80-pound, he's called a double doodle. He's a Labradoodle mixed with a golden doodle, and he's like gigantic, but he's like 3/4 standard poodle, and he's just the best dog in the whole wide world. There are videos of him singing on my YouTube, which is Kathleen Practices. You gotta go check it out, because he does the arf on how much is this doggy in the window. Which is just as good as like being able to pick up the laundry and hand it to me. He does that too, and it's the sweetest thing. So he's a good boy. And I don't believe in ghosts. I have never believed in ghosts. I'm always like, no, there is a logical explanation to everything, and it's a little scary, so I refuse to believe. Also, I don't want to believe in ghosts, so I have a confirmation, the opposite of a confirmation bias. I have a non-confirmation bias, and I don't want it to be proved to me. I'd rather just pretend they don't exist. But I have kids, right? So I've got 3 kids, and I don't know if you guys who have kids have ever had this happen to you, but my kid was doing this over and over again on an almost routine basis. She was waking up right next to my face, like really early in the morning at like 3 a.m. and I'm screaming and she's screaming and we're scaring each other. So to give myself a head start to wake up before she startled me, I put a little doorbell on her door jamb. Okay, so when the door jamb separated, it would break a magnetic connection and the doorbell would go ding dong. Okay, it was great. And so 3 in the morning I'd hear ding dong and I know my kid's about to be right next to my face. It was perfect. So one day ago, I'm getting scared telling you the story right now. We're all in the kitchen. Everybody's in the kitchen. Every human being and animal that lived in this house was in the kitchen. And we hear the sound of the doorbell going. So we're like, the door has opened. And I looked and I counted, and I saw my kids look at me and look around, and they counted each other, and then we all looked at the dog, and the dog looked at us, and we saw the dog count, and the dog just was like, I was scared. The dog was scared, but the dog looked at me, and he had a look in his eyes that made me think, that dog thinks there's a ghost in that room. I'm very uncomfortable knowing my dog believes in ghosts. What reason does my dog have to believe in ghosts? That's very unsettling. So I'm freaking out, and I'm like, okay, no, there's a logical explanation here. Come on, dog, let's go check it out. And I'm thinking, he has an impulse to follow his owner. So I just was like, I'm going to confidently walk into the danger, and the dog will come with me. It's going to be okay. And so I take a few steps, and I confidently walk towards this room. And I stopped and I said, well, come on, man. And his little paws were just glued to each other like this. He was just sitting there. Someone's got to guard the children. Oh, you're right. You stay here, you guard the kids, and I'll go see who rang the doorbell. Okay, so I walk in there, and I was face to face with a ghost. I'm just kidding. I walked in there, thank you, and the doorbell had come off the door jamb. Like the sticker had, had lost its stick. So it just fell off and it rang itself. And I said, oh, thank goodness. Let me go tell the kids. So I walked back out there, and I look at my dog, and the dog's like, you lived, right? Ghost? Is it a ghost? I was like, it's not a ghost. The thing just fell off the doorbell. And the doorbell just fell off the door jamb. It's no big deal. And everybody went, oh, thank goodness. But then my youngest and most sarcastic child goes, unless a ghost knocked it down. And we still don't know. I don't know. What about aliens? You guys think they're here? You think they just made an intergalactic journey from Zeta Reticuli to fuck with New Jersey? What do you guys think? What's going on? I don't know. Do you have answers? Who's in the CIA here? Sometimes people tell me, and they're not supposed to. I was talking to a friend of mine. I shouldn't tell this story. This is the one story you're not supposed to tell. But she had told me about some careers that she had had. And I said, were you in the CIA? And she goes, did I tell you that? I said, you did now? So sometimes I just ask people. Like one time I was talking to this guy, and I was like, are you in the CIA? And he goes, not the CIA. I was all, oh, we'll table this and come back to it later. So thanks for telling me your secrets. I've got some Scientology stories, but I'm not trying to get murdered today. I gotta read the room when I just bring up Scientology. Safe room, maybe. The first time I put hashtag, poor baby. It was a ghost, probably. Poor thing. That door is actually a really tricky door. It blows open real easy. It wasn't you. We see you. You're okay. That's embarrassing. That sucks. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, UFOs and whatnot. Oh man. I tried to change the subject, but here we are. All right. So. Never mind. I'm not going to tell that story. But I did. Okay. I put hashtag cults, hashtag LDS, hashtag Scientology on a video on my YouTube one time. Kathleen Practices, that's my YouTube. Also, I think my Instagram. Check me out. I do weddings in two ways. Sometimes I play bass with a band, and sometimes I'm the officiant. So I am an ordained minister. I am Reverend Comedian Kathleen Williams. Comedian Kathleen Williams is my website. Check me out if you want to there. But anyway. I don't think they're here. I think they all have little stickers with little flags from different countries on them. I think that's what's going on. So nobody has a passionate opinion on aliens? Who thinks they're real? Who thinks they're really real? Really, who thinks they come to your house and pick you up sometimes for funsies?
I think
yeah? Maybe. I think I've been picked up a couple of times, but I'm not sure. Was it a hallucination? How do you know?
I think they approached and said, fuck no, we're out of here.
They said, maybe they are just sightseeing then. Maybe it is a sightseeing adventure plan. What'd you say? Drive-by, or it's a zoo? Wow. So, I do believe in prophetic dreams, though, for sure. My mother had this wonderful story. First of all, let's come back to miracles. Is this a coincidence or a miracle? I've been thinking about this for a month. Okay, my mom lost her phone. I've been talking to my mom all day. Called my mom 20 times, Mom, I need attention. I call my parents way too much and tell them way too much about my life. Way more than they want to hear. When I had called my mom literally 5 times. So when I call her, a 6th time that day, thing, and she didn't answer. I was like, yeah, I just got off the phone with you 5 minutes ago. I know you're there. So I call back, no answer. And I call back again. The phone answers, and I say something I don't usually say. I said, well, finally you're paying attention to me. And this lady goes, who is this? And I was like, what do you mean, who is this? Who is this answering my mother's phone? And she goes, I just found this phone broken in the street, and I can't even believe that it's getting a phone call. It's been run over. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me get your number, and I'll have my nephew call you, because I'm in Arizona. My mother's in California. And so we play phone tag for 5 minutes. So in just a few minutes, my mom left her phone on the top of her car, lost her phone. This lady finds the phone, decides to pull over, stops the car, gets out, gets the phone, gets a call from me on a very broken phone, is able to get a number, able to give me her number, and we coordinate. We get my mom back her phone in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Coincidence or miracle?
Miracle.
I think miracle, right? Because that's one heck of a coinky-dink. I had an optometrist in Utah. Okay, I had 3 toddlers. My kids were like 0, 2, and 4. And I was very tired and very overwhelmed. And my eyes were messing up on me. So I go to the optometrist, and this guy gave me the most interesting diagnosis. He goes, well, you're a busy mom of toddlers, and you're tired, and your eyes aren't seeing too good, because you need to sleep more. I was like, well, I'll get right on that then. Okay, thanks. But he was so supernaturally calm with all of his delicate high-tech equipment that it made me go, how many toddlers do you have? And he goes, oh, I got 2 sets of twins. I got two 2-year-old girls, and I got 2 4-year-old girls. And I was like, God bless you, sir. Whoa. And no wonder you were so calm, because he was so chill the whole appointment. Then I moved here, and I got a new Walmart optometrist. And guess what? Different dude, also supernaturally calm. Also gave me the same diagnosis 2 years later when I'm thinking my eyes are crapping out, but it's just my little girl ding-donging me in the middle of the night all night long. I digress. Gives me the same diagnosis, tells me to sleep more, and then tells me, don't worry about all these little kids running around. He's like cleaning fingerprints off his equipment. I was like, yeah, you're so calm. And he goes, yeah, I've got 2 sets of twins. And I was like, did you move here from Utah? He goes, no, why? I said, twin boys, twin girls, twin what? And he goes, oh, I got 2 sets of twins, both girls. And it was like the signature from the universe that maybe there's some kind of weird something at play that we have no idea how deep that rabbit hole really could go. It could be anything. The world could be anything. I totally subscribe to, what do you call it, simulation theory. Totally could be a bunch of multiverses happening at one time. You can be anything. There are no rules here. I wish the girl who did her first performance tonight was still here, because I would tell her, you might as well dream big. Because she said she wants to do this the rest of her life. And you might as well, because there's nobody in charge of this. You are in charge of yourself. We are each, thank you, we are each responsible for our own energy and what we want to do. And if something silly like telling stories to strangers in really cool places turns you on, then you should go do it, you know?
Yeah.
Man, thanks for letting me tell you dog stories tonight. Did I leave any burning questions? Is anybody wondering? Thank you. You guys, I'm gonna turn it back over to JR, because I want to see you guys rock out. Come see me on Thursday. If you come, I'll hand you the mic. All right, you guys, thank you. Have a good night.
That's Kathleen. When's the next performance?
Thursday night at Porto Azul.
What is Carlito?
Come on down.
Thank you. Sir? Yes, thank you. Give me a big hand for Kathleen.
Thank you.
Now, you sure? You don't want to do anything?
Real.
Okay.